Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Midnight Run here on this, whatever day it is, May 13th, 2026. It is 12:02 here on this Tuesday night, and I'm happy to have you with us. This is Midnight Run on every single weeknight. It's usually just me and my producer Eli, but I invited Omar, who's actually going to join us later in the show for Midnight Conversations. And anytime Chad Bryant, co-host of Inside Edge Primetime with Eli, anytime Chad is in the opening segment of Midnight Run, it's usually not for a good thing. He knows why he's on this show. We all know why he's here. We saw, if you watched Inside Edge Primetime, you saw that top 5 list. And there was one missing piece, a stat that... So, Chad, if you want to remind people, you don't have to reveal the list, but what was the top 5 list about?
Oh, it's the top 5 Cavs individual playoff performances, and yeah, maybe there was one that could have been there that wasn't.
And Chad and Eli informed me before the show that this was a collaborative effort. So Eli being a great teammate. So Eli, I'm calling you to the floor. Who did you guys leave out?
We didn't leave anybody out technically. LeBron made the list a few times.
What performance did you guys leave out?
I'm going to defer to Chad on this one. As the elder statesman of primetime, I'm going to defer to Chad.
So the performance that we left out would have been the one that would have prevented us from getting to say booby on primetime. That's the important thing. It was game 5. LeBron had a nice game. I get it. He scored like 300 in the last 400 points. I understand. I know. I was watching that thing live. You know what? It should have been on it probably should have been there, but we wanted to give Booby Gibson his flowers, man.
Yeah, Booby needs some love every once in a while.
Yeah. What is Booby doing these days?
He might be on the challenge or something. I wherever he is, I will root for him. Booby Gibson is a legend in Cleveland, okay? And the fact that you're disputing our list, Double A, I don't know. It's starting to feel like, if I may get something off my chest here on Midnight Run, that we might have to start turning it in like on Monday night, like homework, before we review the list live, so we don't get backlash from our own bro and program director Anthony Alford. I mean, my goodness,
nothing but red pen on there, man. The circles and check marks and.
We are trying our best over here. We thought we had a great list. I mean, we won't reveal all of our cards. Of course, if you want to go see the full list, you have to go back and check out Primetime. That was on from 10 to 11 p.m. here on Inside Edge, the Inside Edge Network, Inside Edge Primetime here on the network, 10 to 11. So, but yeah, I mean, the list, look, we can get into the semantics, AA.
You might have to.
There really isn't. I don't think you can argue it without giving too much away. LeBron on there twice. You know, you have the 2018 run, the game one that everybody remembers for J.R. Smith forgetting what to do with the basketball. And then, of course, game 7. I mean, I get it. I can understand the game 5, but Chad and I, we decided to focus on clinching games that, for the most part, were clinching or back against the wall. And game 5, yes, in a way, it was back
game
against
1
the
there.
wall.
That's why we did that.
That one back against the wall because that Warriors team, you had to steal one in the Bay. If they didn't steal one in the Bay, it would have been what it was, a quick sweep. So you look at that, you know, I just think all that considered, AA, I hope you can forgive us for leaving out a game that, you know, it was game 5, it was a great game, but it may have been like the 6th or 7th best individual performance by a Cavalier.
Oh boy. Okay. We need more time for this, and we have all summer.
Oh no.
I will be honest. Chad being on this show right now and Omar being on this show at this very moment is actually not about the list. The reason why they are here is because I wanted them to join me in this particular first of several programming announcements that you'll hear over the next few weeks here on the network. And this one is a little bit more, you know, pull back the curtain, behind the scenes, things like that. So I, you know, with the Inside Edge Network, Peter Tellup, he's the guy. He without his funding and operations and stuff, none of this happens, right? And then he made a lot of great decisions. One of the ones that he did not make was making me program director. That might have, boy, he wanted this to be successful. Anybody else? But we have an entire team of men and women who do an unbelievable job in front of the camera and behind the camera, and our team continues to grow and everything of sorts. But the reason why Chad and Omar are here is because we do have a person on the team who, without even asking, you know, volunteers and goes out of their way to do everything, and puts others first before themselves. Volunteers to help out and produce like 20,000 shows that we have and not miss a beat. And, you know, we call him the ace here on this network. And I was wondering, you know, like, oh, should I do this formally? No. If Eli, if you accept, I would like to right now on the air name you officially, and Pete already knows this, the assistant program director of the Inside Edge Network.
Yeah, AA, I'm in, man. I accept gladly and gratefully. Thank you. You're gonna make me start crying at midnight, bro. I didn't know I needed like paper towels or something nearby. Thank you. And thank everybody out there for watching and listening and supporting. AA to my right, you're right, as I've learned that we don't flip when you're watching on a TV. AA, one of my best friends on earth, Omar below me. You'll see more of him, one of my best friends on this earth. Chad, I've gotten very close with over the creation of the Inside Edge Network, and there's so many talent. I mean, my pops and Autumn, Christy, Ryan, David. I could just sit here and list everybody off. The point stands that I am blessed to have people that believe in what we're doing here on the inside, and Peter running it from the top. We're blessed to be able to be in this position. And I'm blessed that I have you believe in me and everybody believe in me, that they deal with my crazy ass on a day-to-day basis. So I guess I get used to it. Yes, I do accept. Thank you. And thank you to everybody out there for tuning in and supporting Midnight Run and all the great programming here on the Inside Edge Network.
I'll let Chad and Omar speak on your behalf here in a second. I just want to say publicly, people don't know this, but there's like a crap ton of things that we have to do, and my job would be a lot harder if Eli was not on this team. It would be, I don't know where we would be in front of the camera and behind the camera if Eli was not on this team. Omar and I have known Eli, and Robert Zick, we've known Eli, and Kyle, we've known Eli going back well over a decade now, and we know how much work he puts into all this. I have more words. I can't formulate it right now, buddy. I'm just proud of you. And there was not full disclosure. There really wasn't an interview process. The interview process happened over 8-9 months, and you have more than proven that you are the guy to, stand side by side with me as we lead this thing into whatever the Inside Edge Network can become. And congratulations. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Double. I really appreciate it. It's a blessing. When you gave me the call 8-9 months ago and said, you want to get the band back together? I was excited for the ride, just being a part of a Sunday evening show, which you can catch every Sunday here, Sunday nights on the Inside Edge Network main event. But then just being able to, like I said, rub elbows and cross paths with Chad and TK and Ryan. I mean, just David and all these guys. I mean, my goodness, I say Ryan twice because he's on 2 shows. It feels like he's all over the place too. I mean, these guys, Autumn, Christy, Papa Moon, Peter, Kyle. I mean, honestly, I am blessed, Double A. I get to wake up every day and work with a group of professionals that are dedicated to bringing something different to Cleveland and the world. And there's nothing else I'd live for than being able to continue to bring community to everything I'm doing. And this is one of the things. This is if you're you and Peter like the fathers of this, then call me Uncle E, baby, because I'm in.
My 2 dads. That was a great show, man.
Sure was, right?
Chad, you got anything for Eli?
Yeah, can I get Eli's old spot on primetime? Wait. No, never mind. That's not going to work.
It's yours, bud.
Logistically, no, that's not going to work. No, man, yeah, I don't know what I would do without it. Today, I had so much going on. I was like, Eli, just listen, no matter what we do, Double A is going to hate it. Can you handle the top 5 today, man? Like, find some games, and I still did some graphics and stuff, but you just were like, sure. And like every time I ask you for help, bro, I always tell you, like, when you ask me for something, I'm always like, yeah, you would do the same for me. Of course, it's not a problem, man. And without you, I wouldn't have 300 videos of Kyle's face in my phone where I got to like change it from a MOV file to an MP4 file. So I don't know what I would do without that. But in all seriousness, man, yeah, you're always down to help. In really whatever way possible. Just a great co-host, man. We have a lot of fun on primetime every night. I'm glad it's a 5-day show. From Tuesday top 5 to way back Wednesday, man. I feel like we have a good thing going. So yeah, you deserve this, man. I mean, you do so much work behind the scenes, and like Double A said, I think most people wouldn't even know. You don't see it unless you see it, right? Unless you're there. Like they say, if you know, right? Well, trust me, we know. Eli he's second to none, man. I mean, he's such an integral part of everything that we do. This is an absolute no-brainer. So congratulations, man. You deserve this.
Nice, Chad. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate that very, very much.
Mm-hmm.
And we're excited. We're going to have announcements involving Omar in the coming day. We got big stuff coming up with Omar, but beyond Inside Edge Network, like I said, Omar, we've known Eli forever. And, man, I'm so happy for him, man.
Yeah, insanely proud, man. Eli he wakes up every day. He breathes, lives, and eats, sleeps, and drinks Inside Edge Network. Like, he's always putting in the work, putting in the grind. It's no matter what, he lives for this. And you couldn't have picked a better person to run Inside Edge as your assistant PD. So, Eli, congratulations. It's going to be a tough job. Tough job.
Yeah, I know
you already produce enough shows, but hopefully we can give you a break on that, and you can start working on programming.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Like, again, the Double A, thank you for the opportunity to run with you here. I'm excited to get to work, and I mean, we've been working, but now the work is we're gonna level it up again. And thank you to Chad. Again, it's a blessing being able to do prime time with you every day of the week and getting to learn about you and the Bryan household and everything like that. it is a blessing. And just seeing how good of a human being you are, and I can understand why AA brought you in. And Omar, bro, I talk to you about 18 times a day.
Yeah.
I don't know how you put up with my bullshit, but you do, and you keep me sane when AA's put me on D&D for a few hours because he's had enough of my bullshit. You pick up the phone, and between the both of you here on screen, and Chad as well, I mean, and everybody that's maybe not always here, seen on screen, thank you for keeping me straight. It's not always easy, and I'm very open about my mental health and everything, but this is a testament to and to show anybody out there that you can keep pushing, man. The work's not done. We're going to continue to build, but so one time somebody told me that it's going to be tough living a normal life, and I don't want to live a normal life. I want to live the life I'm living right now with my bros and my family and my friends. So thank you to all you for your kind words. Thank you, AA, again for the honor. I definitely accept, and let's get back to work.
Yeah, we're going to get back to work when we come back. We're going to debut a new segment called Big Back Tuesday right after the break. We're going to also talk Cavs when we come back as well. Donovan Mitchell, Reggie Miller has some comments. So will the real Donovan Mitchell please stand up? The first half Donovan Mitchell or the second half Donovan Mitchell? Who's the real Donovan Mitchell? We got that coming up. Also, Omar will be back with us for the second installment of Midnight Conversations. Is water wet? It's been the hot button topic of the entire week. We'll have that for you coming up in just a little bit. Chad, get some rest. Thanks for joining us. And more Midnight Run coming up after the break.
Moser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Moser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MoserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MoserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. What's up, guys? Kyle here from Unfiltered. What a show today. Talked about a lot of stuff. The Cavs' big win last night. Can they get the job done tomorrow? That's going to be the key point of tomorrow's show. Some keys to the game for Cleveland to try and get that first road win of this postseason. Plus, a story about the Wayne County Sheriff. Maybe we'll have an update on that. How are they doing? The suspect in custody. That Ohio teacher that punched a student in the face. My goodness. Craziness. 7-Eleven, free gas, all that. All the news and notes coming tomorrow here on Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. We will see you right here on the Inside Edge Network. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches, free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. I got to address something real quick. You know, I got called out at work this morning. I got called out. So, we work remotely and stuff, which is great. We got teammates from around the country, and we were doing a training this morning. And I wore you don't think about what you're wearing, but I have this shirt, Cavs shirt, and we're on our call, and one of the guys on the call has a basketball jersey, a Knicks jersey, New York Knicks jersey. And at the end of the call, because, he popped on, I didn't think twice about it. And then I had a question at the end of the call about what we were training. And at the end of the call, my guy, he pops on. He's like, Anthony, you need to put that Cavs shirt away. The Knicks are going to smoke you guys. I'm like, listen, you better take your Snorlax self and you better chill out, because you don't want this smoke. You don't want this. Once we figure out how to win a game on the road, it's over. It's over. You don't want this smoke. So the Knicks are on my list. So we got to get past Detroit, and then we're on to New York, because the Knicks fans, from Stephen A. to my coworker to other Knicks fans, Spike Lee, they're already booking their trip to the NBA Finals. So we got to stop that. Now, I will say this. I'm not going to be one of those. If the Cavs cannot beat Detroit, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, boy, the team that beat us, I hope they beat them. Who effing cares? We lost. Like, can you imagine if JB Bickerstaff and the Pistons, if they win the NBA championship, you think JB Bickerstaff's going to be at the podium and he's going to be like, I want to thank the Cleveland Cavaliers. They had a part of this championship. No. The first people that JB Bickerstaff will be thanking will be the officials that he rips every time they lose a game. All right. Who are the Cavaliers? It's two different teams. Who's Donovan Mitchell? Two different players, right? At home, the Cavaliers are pretty good to effing amazing, right? That third quarter, I still can't believe that happened. 22-0 run to start the third quarter against Detroit. The score was a little bit closer than what it should have been, but it was pretty much a beatdown with the Cavaliers. But when they go on the road, like they will later on tonight, 0-5 so far in a row. So 6-0 at home in the playoffs, 0-5 on the road. And I thought these comments from Reggie Miller, he was on with Dan Patrick earlier today. I thought these were really spot on comments about the, you see flashes of greatness and then what's going on with the Cavs. Let's take a look at that right now. Reggie Miller on with Dan Patrick talking about the Cavs.
How do you explain Donovan Mitchell with 4 points in the first half and 39 in the second half?
Things happen. Look, I think he was settling way too much in that first half. If you go back, it was way too many threes, and I give Detroit a lot of credit. They were pressuring him. They were making other guys, especially James Harden, who got off to a good start. But it just shows you when Donovan Mitchell is locked in and keyed in, this Cleveland team can go to a different level. When James Harden can start games like that, when Donovan Mitchell has a second half like that, with the length of Mobley, Jared Allen, this is why they won 60-plus games and was the overall number one seed a year ago, only to be upset in the second round by Indiana. The capability this team has, yes, they can beat anyone, but they also have glimpses where, Donovan Mitchell has 4 points and is 1 for 7, 1 for 8, and you can't have that in playoff games, but they give you flashes. They tease you. This team is very capable. Now, can they win a road game? Can he play like that in the road? Because if you're Detroit, all you're saying is all we got to do is win home games and we win this series. I want to see him do it on the road in enemy territory.
And that was courtesy of the Dan Patrick Show, Reggie Miller. And again, that game was fascinating. This playoff run has been crazy. Donovan Mitchell in game 4, 43 points overall, but 39 of those points in the second half, only 4 points in the first half. And he talked about after the game with NBC that he apologized to his teammates, accountability, and things like that. I mean, this is a tell of, I hate to be a little negative here, but I'm just being real. Even as a Cavs fan, I got to speak truth. B-plus players show up at home, but do they elevate themselves, elevate their teams on the road? It's when you have a B-plus, you're a great student. You're a good student, but you're not being invited to dinners, right? You're not being invited to, I remember back in school or whatever, back in Maple, okay, I got a good GPA and whatnot, but, you're not at that top 10, top 20 dinner, with your teacher, with the teachers and stuff. And you're not being showed off as like, oh, this is my all-time greatest student ever. You're not in that class, right? But you're in the, you know what? He makes up and, pretty good student. Pretty good student. Donovan Mitchell right now says, he's a pretty good student. It's time to elevate. Him, James Harden, of course, and then Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I heard Kyle Cornell earlier today on Unfiltered. He still mentioned, I'm not saying he's wrong. He still mentioned he would prefer Evan Mobley to be traded for Giannis. I mean, Evan Mobley, who I ripped terribly, and on TikTok is one of our highest engaging comments, right, or videos, me ripping Evan Mobley after game 2. But that's what it is. You got to perform on the road. We usually talk about it, and Eli talked about this. Role play, the others, right? The second string players, they usually show up at home. They don't show up on the road. That's consistent. Well, the problem with the Cavs at this very moment is that our star players show up at home. They're not showing up on the road. So it's going to be very, very important, very critical for the Cavaliers to have an aggressive start to the game tomorrow. If it's even as simple as feeding the ball to Jared Allen, that's kind of what has to happen. Now, again, kind of a tall task because Detroit is clogging up the lanes. That is the one adjustment that they have made. They are clogging up the lanes. And the whistle might change again. Fine, JB Bickerstaff, you win. The whistle might change again in Detroit. But you got to force, basically, you got to be the aggressors. Donovan Mitchell has been more of an aggressor here at home than he was on the road. No more floaters from, mid-range. You got to drive to the basket, even if it's a little bit of a trouble. You got to drive there. Also keep an eye, and Kyle will have more on this leading into the game tomorrow. Have you seen the Pistons injury report? It's not good on their end. For us, it's great. On their end, it's not good. Let me quickly pull it up real quick. I know I should have done this before the show. But their injury report is not good. Duncan Robinson is on the injury report. Karis LeVert, questionable for tomorrow. So who knows? Hall of Famer Karis LeVert. Where the hell did that performance come from, by the way? So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Remember, we're loaded with coverage. So unfiltered tomorrow, 5 to 6 with Kyle Cornell. After the game, come right back here. Eli Moon, Chad Bryant, and Kyle will have the post game, and then I'll be on with Midnight Run. So we'll have that for you later on today. 8 o'clock tip. Cavs and Pistons. It's the only playoff game on tomorrow night. So cannot wait for that. Okay, we got Midnight Conversations coming up in just a little bit. But we are debuting a new segment because, it's midnight. Some of you might have the munchies, okay? Some of you might be a little hungry. I get it. I understand. It's late. I get it. Listen, I do the show. My studio is next to the kitchen, okay? If you're watching, if you can see a little bit of the shot here, that's my air fryer. I've cooked on the air before. It has happened. And it smelled pretty good. I had the best smelling studio out of our entire network on that night. Actually, most nights because I have Alley Rose Fragrances candles. So there you go. So we're going to debut a new segment. It is called Big Back Tuesday. And the objective of Big Back Tuesday is what it is. It's taking things and making nothing out of something. And yes, I purposely flipped the words around. So take a look at this. Assume that your ice cream machine at McDonald's actually works. Take a look.
Let's get our ice cream cones right into the bin. Just smush them down.
Oh, yeah.
And the last cone's right in there. My whole leg is ice cream.
Can't eat the paper.
Just crush it right up.
This is so much better than it dripping all over your lap. Now we have our caramel sauce. Just pour that all in here.
I got the chocolate. I can't believe they gave us a whole cup of chocolate sauce. Let's put these warm chocolate chip cookies right on top. And of course, we should crush these up. Oh my goodness, they're so gooey.
And I was wondering if the chocolate chip is actual chocolate dough as well.
There's no way you're putting a Big Mac in there.
A burger and ice cream would probably be good. Where we're just going to add our cookies. These are nice and warm as well. Holy, they went all out on the freshness. One
Thank
for you.
Oh yeah.
One for me.
3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Mine just dove head first. Whatever they have at McDonald's in your area, you can throw it right in.
It isn't a party without sprinkles.
Now it's a party.
Whoa.
Look at that. Oops, right on the hand.
Sorry, traffic jam.
Who needs spoons? Especially when they're wooden. You gotta use fries. Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
That is the perfect combination of sweet and salty.
Come on. The crunchy cone. So good.
So good.
That was courtesy of this Twitter account called BioBite. First installment of Big Back Tuesday. Now, a few things that I just wanted to get out of the way. That McDonald's probably, their ice cream machine was probably down after those servings. Right there, number one. Number two, watching that with the understanding that I'm lactose intolerant, that kind of, I have to admit to you, even though that was a giant waste of food, that's not a bad mix. That's not a bad mix. I'm not, I can't hate. Think about it. Ice cream, you already have the ice cream cone, or if you actually went to an ice cream shop, you get a sugar cone or whatever. You know, you put that in the bucket and you're set. And then the cookies and more cookies, and then the apple pie, and then the sprinkles. I mean, this is top tier level big back activity right here, folks. This is the type of activity right here that, you know, you're going to have a party in your mouth and then probably a trip to the hospital the next day. I mean, this is that. Came across that, I'm like, okay, at least you could eat that. But that's a lot of nonsense going on there. That again, courtesy of BioBite. There's a lot of nonsense going on there. But all I'll say is this, and I know we got a break. All I'll say is this. When I was younger, I used to be a fan of mixing in like ice cream with cake or mixing in ice cream with cookies there. But you could do that here at home. you can take a bowl. You can even, take a little bowl, 2 scoops of ice cream, or 1, you'll be fine. Break up cookies you would get at the gas station or the store and eat it that way. You don't need like 3,000 syrups there. She had like caramel and chocolate syrup. I mean, every ingredient that she used in there is actually really good. But my goodness, apple pie too. What would The Rock say about that pie? We'll be right back after these messages.
Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Hey, everybody, how's it going? Chad Bryan and Eli Moon. It's Inside Edge Primetime, and we had another great show here. And if you missed the show, you got to go back and check it out. We talked about a lot. First off, we covered if Chad finally could cut his grass, and I know everybody's been on the edge of their seats. We finally found out if Chad got his grass cut, and we talked some NBA playoffs. We talked Daryl Morey being out in Philadelphia as general manager. What's next for that roster for Joel Embiid and everything to come there, and the Buckeyes got some pretty cool unis. We talked about that as well. And then Chad, of course, the people have been waiting on it, another list of Tuesday Top 5.
Tuesday Top 5. Listen, Donovan Mitchell had a huge game 4 for the Cavs against the Pistons. That got us thinking, who else has had some good games for the Cavs in the playoffs? Could that have been our Tuesday Top 5? Gotta go back and watch.
Absolutely. Make sure you stay tuned in tonight. We are covering Cavs postgame with our bro, Kyle Cornell. And then, of course, we'll have Way Back Wednesday later on in what could be an abbreviated prime time. But nonetheless, we'll be here with you here on the Inside Edge Network. Stay locked in here with everything Inside Edge Network. See you soon.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
Midnight conversations with myself, Eli, Omar. 2 minutes from right now. I teased it these last couple days briefly. I wanted to address Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. Skip Bayless returned to First Take, and it was, separately, they're annoying. It is what it is. They're both good at what they do, but they're annoying. But together, they understand that television is television and entertainment is entertainment. And how to tease stuff, too. I was actually taking notes. Like, Skip Bayless in his opening monologue, he was like, oh, by the way, LeBron is the 9th best player in the NBA on his top 10 list. Like, wait, what? But, like, he just snuck it in there. He just snuck that stat in. But he has the ability to back up the stats. And again, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. That's what people want there. So, I don't think that reunion this past Friday will be the last of Skip Bayless and Stephen A. together. It would not surprise me at all if that's your Mondays on ESPN First Take during football season, Skip and Stephen A. Omega Video Marketing. Omega Video Marketing is the place that you need to be if you are a business decision maker, content creator. You want to get more eyes on your event. You got a big event coming up this summer, whether it's a business event, if you're entertaining guests, entertaining clients, things like that, and you want that covered, Megan Gallagher from Omega Video Marketing has you covered. Megan, she's incredible. 4-time Emmy Award-winning producer. It might soon be 5-time, who knows? But she got her start in BG. I took classes with her, actually. BG 24 News at Bowling Green. Then she went on to produce at 13 ABC in Toledo, spent years with WKYC here in Cleveland, and now working events for Greater Cleveland. And, again, she does an unbelievable job getting sets of eyes, all of that. Proud sponsor of Midnight Run and also the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast. Actually, when she signed on with us, we actually filled out a questionnaire that she created, because one of the things with social media, do you shoot like this or do you shoot like this, depending on the platform? So it's little things like that. She has you covered. Her email, meganrg440@gmail.com, meganrg440@gmail.com. If you're here in Northeast Ohio, that's where she does her business. Reach out to her and make that happen. All right. This segment, typically we do this segment on Wednesdays, but we're going to be extensive Cavs coverage tomorrow. So we are bumping this up to today. Midnight Conversations has really taken off. I've received more reaction from this segment than anything else, just because there are things that you just think about at this particular time slot, this particular time of night, that a reasonable person would not think about this stuff at 9 o'clock in the morning or during lunch or driving home. But at 12:47, we think about this stuff. So I bring in my buddies. I bring in Eli. I bring in Omar right now. Come on in. By the way, if you missed the news at the top of the show, our new network assistant program director is in the middle there, Mr. Eli Moon. Again, congratulations. And we got some announcements with Omar coming up in the coming days and weeks. So stay tuned for that. But guys, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump right into it. This wasn't even in the original. I teased it at the end of the show last week, and things got heated. So the first question, we have 3 topics for you here. 3 topics. We'll lead with this one. Water. Is water wet?
Oh my God, Omar, you start.
Well, I wore this shirt just for you. Just letting you know that.
Well, what's on those? What's on that shirt, Omar? Are those waves? Would those be wet waves of water?
These are wet waves. Because I believe water is in fact wet.
Yeah. I mean, that makes plenty of sense to me. Double A, here's the thing.
As Bruce Lee once said, "Be water, my friend."
Yep, exactly. Now, Double A, I want to. My experiment for you originally was to take a fresh water bottle and then dump it out and see if any of your body would get wet with the water, and that would
like
just like that. Yes,
like that.
Do you see your hands a little like wet in certain areas, and then it's not wet? It's like dry in some areas.
Yeah, a little dry, a little ashy. Yes.
No, I wasn't going to say that. But
I'll say it, ashy.
Why would you? So that water that was like wet water that like quenched your thirst. You wouldn't be drinking dry water.
No, but here's the thing. If you're completely inside water, right? If you're in a pool or if you're swimming in the ocean or something like that.
Yeah.
You are in that state. Like your body is not wet at that state.
Yes, like, it is. Because you need a towel after you get out. Double A.
Well, when you get out. But when you're in there, you don't need that. Like, you're not drying off or anything like that. That's your state. You're just in that body of water.
That's
in that matter.
I mean, your skin does start to prune up, but it's not because you're losing water. It's because you're oversaturated.
Double A. My biggest thing to that is, have you ever seen the SpongeBob movie where they take SpongeBob and they take Patrick and they throw him on this? It's terrible. It's terrible what they do to them.
I've watched the television shows, been on for 30 years.
But the movie, they throw them on this like desk, almost like it's just terrible, and they dry him out, and they're like, water. Well, I mean, do you remember like the TV episode where he's like, water, I need water. They need the water. They understand that they need the water to what? Become wet and absorbent again. And yeah, that's exactly why water would be wet. I think this one throws me, man. This one, I just don't understand. This is like worse to me than the flat earth discussion. This conversation here is more like mind-boggling than that.
Well,
Hard to
wait,
wrap
wait a minute.
your head around, huh?
Yeah.
But like, if we're talking about okay, so us right now,
Yeah.
we're dry, right? We're dry.
Yes.
Now, those who are living living creatures in the water,
Mhm.
would they consider themselves wet or dry? Because that's their air. The water.
But they're water creatures. So therefore they're wet. They're wet creatures.
I don't know. I think there's something to be said about, like, I understand if I'll give it to you if you're talking about, what I just did, right? A part of me is wet, right? If I'm in the shower, a part of me is wet, right? And I'm washing, things like that. But if my entire self is in a state of water, then my body is not recognizing itself as being wet. Because I'm not I'm not getting out of once I'm out of the pool, the water that's still on my body, then it's wet because I'm up against dry air.
I'll come back to the pruny fingers bit. Like, your body has a natural, tell to let you know that you are in fact wet, which is your skin starting to wrinkle. If you stay in that water for too long, your skin will disintegrate. Straight up. You will turn into mush.
I guess. I don't know. I would have to go back and study like some of my science books.
Eli, study up, man. I'm telling you right now, man. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna have to study.
I'll send you a video. I should have put it in during this show. I'll send you something after the show. Like it's deep. I don't like the assumptions. It's all. What do you mean? Of course it's wet. No, it's not. No. No. Science. The whole idea of science.
Yeah.
The whole idea of science is to prove that certain things are not just prove that theories are facts, but a lot of facts are not facts. They're just theories. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but not in this case.
No, but you're only talking about water. So, like, when it comes to wetness, right? There are other fluids like oil and like gasoline and everything like that. But usually when we're talking about wetness, it only specifically includes water.
Correct. But if you're talking about, so to that theory, if we're talking about the state of wetness.
Like, are you still wet if you're in a pool of Jell-O?
I don't think Jell-O's wet.
Well, it's sticky, right?
Yeah, but it's not. I think we're losing the plot. Here.
No. Go back to the Jell-O. Omar, what do you think?
What's it made out of? I mean, it's mostly water, right? Water and gelatin.
I think it's just like you're like moist. I hate that word, but you're like moist.
But it's moist. Does that mean wet?
Moist is not wet. Because like if you get like a paper towel moist I hate that word, as opposed to like wet, then like.
But it's still wet.
No, that's like saying
it's a different stage of wetness.
Yeah, it's like
there are different levels of wetness, different stages. Yes.
Yeah, like my pop is cold because I put it in the fridge for 10 minutes, as opposed to I put my pop in the freezer for an hour. There's different levels of cold, different levels of wetness.
But it all depends on how it feels when it lands on your skin. If it's there. So we'll follow up on this because we didn't dedicate enough time to this. We're going to follow up on this. All right, a couple more here. So, all right, let me read this here verbatim here. So, Omar, I'll start with you. If you drop soap on the floor, don't drop that. If you drop soap on the floor, is the floor clean? Or is the soap dirty?
It depends on the context, right?
Yes.
So, like, if you have a cleaning machine, right, you're putting soap into it, but it has, like, brushes. It's activating. It's, like, stirring up the carpet, and it's cleaning it, right? Right. So like
Correct.
it's sucking and picking that up. If you just drop a bar of soap on the floor, like on a pile of like dirt,
Yeah.
that floor ain't clean, man.
If I'm showering at Planet Fitness and I drop the soap on the tiles at Planet Fitness.
Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap.
You're leaving it there, bud. The janitor's picking that up later.
Yeah. First step is you gotta go buy a new bar of soap because that's all. Whether it's dirty or clean, it's gone. Holy smokes! I'll take this from here, Double A.
Go ahead.
I think it just depends. Like if you drop the soap and it slides across like the shower floor and it's sliding around and soaping it up and suds and stuff, then I could say that the soap is probably dirty because it just completely sudsed up that floor. But say you had carpet, right? And you dropped it on carpet and then you went to rub it and okay, we know that isn't getting anywhere. And if anything, you're just getting hair and all this other stuff on there. Again, to Omar's point, that would make the soap dirty. But in most cases, I will say that soap is dirty. I'll say the soap is dirty because a lot of times, regardless if the floor is clean, one thing is for certain, you are dirtying up that soap with whatever you are cleaning.
Oh, that soap, no matter what, when you use soap, but it also depends. I guess my theory, though, my thing, though.
Yes.
All right, when you apply soap on yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not putting the soap that you put on your body. You're not putting the soap back onto the soap bar.
No.
Right? Like,
right.
It's intended for your body.
Yep.
Like, you're not, and then you're not doing that. So, from that eyes, if you treat it like the floor, then the soap is not dirty per se, just because that soap should be staying with the floor. But again, I will give you this. If you do drop soap on the floor, if you're not picking up the soap and washing the soap bar as well, then that's a problem.
Yeah, and my final point on this, guys, I believe we have one more. I know we're up against it. My final point on this is there's also some people out there that don't like wash with a rag. They just rub the soap on their body. So in that case, the soap is dirty. And potentially your body is also dirty because you're just rubbing dirty soap on your body.
Well, they make exfoliating soap. So like, yeah.
Well, I'm talking like Dove, Omar. I'm talking like somebody taking some Dove soap.
You went to Walgreens and just picked up a bar of soap.
Like, you're going to have to see it because we're not doing no Irish Spring, can't tell. No, we want to see. If we're going to test this out, we want to see if that's some dirty soap.
All right.
Listen, if you're not, another reason why you should get Alley Rose fragrances, the body mist right there. Like, that's the reason. Like, you
messing around with that dirty soap.
That should enhance your cleaning. But no, I mean, yeah, I don't. That's a tough one. That's a tough. Again, my thought is, if under no circumstances, I guess to answer the question, if you drop the soap on the floor, is the floor clean or is the soap dirty? Under no circumstance, I think we're in agreement here. Under no circumstances is the floor clean.
Yeah, exactly.
No way.
Yeah. There's like a two-step process. Like somebody's got to get down on clean that floor.
I mean, what do you do it? Just okay. You drop. Let's just say you use soap just to clean the floor or clean the tub or whatever.
Yeah.
But you just drop the soap and you just with soap and all of a sudden your floor is clean. No,
that makes like no sense. That's like if somebody poured dish soap on their dishes and said, "Oh, now the dishes are clean." That makes zero sense.
You can't do that.
It's like you took a toddler and asked them, like, "Yeah, go clean this with a bar of soap."
You can't do that. No, there's no way that would work. All right, final one. And I wish I had a strong opinion on this, but this is conflicting. Okay. If oranges are orange, why are limes not called greens?
Omar, you want to take this one first?
Well, now there's already a thing called greens, which are also green. And sometimes they are collared,
Yes.
But Why are collard greens called collard greens?
Where are their collars?
Why do they not have collars?
Why?
That's a different discussion, but at least that has a name in front of it. I guess my bigger question would be, why are we calling oranges orange?
Because oranges are orange and limes are lime. There's literally a color lime green. So it is a variation of green, which is lime, which is hence why the fruit, we don't know. It's like the chicken or the egg. What came first? But lime is green and green is lime because it's a lime green. And that's why. And oranges are also orange.
So why aren't lemons yellows?
I knew you were going to go there. I was already trying to get ahead of it because I knew you were going that route. Because we want to not confuse people. Like there's things
That's not
like
confusing. That thing's yellow.
it's not confusing to us. We're grown adults. Imagine the kids in school trying to learn this. And this
Let me get a yellow.
And this is
Imagine Crayola trying to come up with
they don't have problems with orange.
combination.
Dude, you need the different variations, folks. That's where I'm at. Lime is lime because it's lime. I mean, goodness, that you guys may have got me tonight. You guys may have. I got to go do some thinking.
So
about this.
okay, so this one I think we can solve. So according to Google and Wikipedia and AI, all trusted sources in 2026.
Yes.
Man, can you imagine being an educator today?
Holy
having your kids type up reports through Chat GPT and Claude.
Absolutely
unreal. So according to Google and AI,
yeah,
the color orange is named after the fruit. So the fruit came first.
So I wonder if the lime came before the then it had to come before the color then, right? Because where else do you come up with lime green? What is exactly is lime besides the fruit? But that makes me think, why do they call it lime? Like what? Like who went lime? Like why did you say that? Why did you say that?
I don't know. And it exhausts the other. I mean, the common question you get to, okay, if oranges are orange, why is an apple not called red? And there's
too many different variations of
greens, and then you get back into the greens discussion.
But greens, at least to that point, there's a name in front of collard greens.
But where are their collars?
I don't know. But like spinach is green. Okay, think of all the vegetables.
Yes.
All the different types of vegetables that are mostly green.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? Why does collard greens earn the right to be called green and not the other ones?
That's what I've been wondering too. Like, what did they do? Like
what did they do? What did they do that was like? How come lettuce can't be called greens?
Yeah,
How
it doesn't
come
make any sense.
Spinach can't be called greens.
It doesn't make any sense. And if anything, spinach should get the nod because look at Popeye. He needed spinach to get to where he's at.
I mean, okay, you do have green beans. You do have those.
Yeah, but they're beans. They're specifically of the beans that are green. So no other beans can be green but those beans.
I mean, here's my other big take. I'm sorry, we're running over. I apologize. Here's my other big take. If you are naming... If you're naming something after a color,
yes,
it almost seems lazy.
Yeah,
it just does. Yeah. Like collard greens, like I don't know. It just seems a little lazy to me. I don't know.
That's fair, but
that might be the only instance that I could think. Green beans. Yeah. We gonna come up with a better name for green beans.
Shout out whoever named the banana because
Banana. That's crazy. I'll say this. All this talk about colors, it's like, but who gave Red Foreman the right to be Red Foreman?
I don't know. I don't know. And again, it's always the what comes first, oh boy, now I'm kind of interested in this here. So I guess orange. So we base our colors off of the 8 crayon color collection.
Yes.
The 8 box.
Yep.
So what are the 8 colors?
Red, orange. Roy G. Biv. red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet.
Yeah, and yeah, black and white. So
so they don't count those in Roy G. Bit for some reason. I don't know.
I know. It's in the Crayola 8-box, right? But I'm looking through my history right now. So before the word orange, this is unbelievable. Before the word orange was exposed to a fruit, the color was referred to as yellow red.
Oh, that's horseshit. That's horseshit. That's horseshit. Absolutely not. Pick a side or just blend them. And I guess that's what they did. Orange. Where did they get orange from yellow and red?
So
what were they on?
So what you're telling me is that orange in the foundational establishment of colors, orange is like the little brother. Has to be.
No, I think it's like Jack from like The Incredibles. It's like the ultimate powerful, like birthed color. Like, think of it. Like, we root for a football team here in Cleveland that has an orange helmet.
Yeah.
We rock with the color orange here in Cleveland. We have the Cavaliers who have orange in their uniforms. I mean, we have a lot riding on the color orange. So we can't call it the baby brother AA because that's like calling Cleveland the baby brother. Why would we choose orange in damn near all of our sports teams?
I'm sorry, but based on the history that we're learning right now, they might be a baby brother.
I just want to know where you get the color orange. Like, where do you get orange?
From red and yellow. They put them together.
But where?
You're talking about, like, how did you name it?
Yeah.
I don't know. How did you name the other colors? Who came up with
from those?
Who came up with the color purple? Oh, Oprah and others. Yeah. But okay, that's probably a bad example. Good example, but for a different context. But who came up with the rest of these colors? So the earliest colors, according again to trusted Google and AI.
Yes.
Red. So five colors.
Okay.
Red, yellow, brown, black, and white.
Okay.
Those are the originals. And then there's like a deep dive history behind those. Apparently, according to in painting, we got to get a painter on the show. That's what we got to do. We got to get a painter because they know like the basis of the colors and things like that. So the traditional primary colors in painting is red, yellow, and blue.
Right.
Like, you can't do a painting without one of those three colors.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I just want to know, I guess my final point on this is, because this is probably going to be a discussion in a few weeks or something like that, or next week, we'll see. But my final point on this is they had to have been having midnight conversations back then when they named all these colors, right? Because how in the bleep, for lack of better words, did they come up with all these colors? And that's my final point.
Because they're painter. Well, because they're.
Could you imagine going to a Browns game and rooting for the red, yellow, and brown?
We're rooting for the Cleveland red, yellows, and brown.
And here's the worst thing. All right, you're learning about colors, right? So you're teaching your kids about colors and things like for fun reasons, not like, important societal reasons, but for fun reasons. Yeah. You're teaching your kids about colors. And then you take them to a Cleveland Browns game. Hey, here are the Cleveland Browns. And their uniforms are orange. Are you kidding me?
Too bad. It's an all orange fit too.
All orange. Like orange and white. Like, what is this?
Oh my God.
That's right, son. Those are the Cleveland Browns.
No, they're not.
It's like that video after the end of after every Browns game. It was like, oh, our team did this. Our team did this. We're the Cleveland Browns. Yeah. We go on to lose most of those videos and stuff. So, you know what? I'm going to do a deep dive because we're about to wrap up. I'm going to do a deep dive of where these colors came from. How do they name these colors?
I think we need to, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. We are opening Pandora's box.
There's the visible spectrum, wavelength,
Double A. Go
the
to
color of objects.
Go to bed, Double A. It's calling you. It's
last one. Development of theories of color vision.
Is that how they developed HD for like the TV? All right, let's just go to bed.
Maybe.
Let's just go.
But here in America, we're slow to technology, of course. And that's Midnight Conversations. Next week, let me see what Eli sent to me. Why is it called shoplifting if they don't lift the entire store up?
I can't wait for that one.
I just wondering.
Eli, you're going to have to lead the charge on that one. I got to think about that. And we got a couple other things. Now I'm going down the rabbit hole of the colors. Anyway, we're done. Show's over. Omar and Eli, thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. And hopefully we didn't make you dumber about the now. How does Crayola come up with the colors now? How do you get a 64? And then
got a lot,
148.
Got a lot of geniuses in that room, I say, making all those names.
The two, I mean, now the greatest crayon is the Granny Smith apple.
Yeah, it sure is.
How did they come up with that? You can't taste crayons, right?
You're not supposed to. Nobody said you can't.
I had a classmate back in 5th grade stuff crayons in our heater. In our vents. In like September. So then when we got to winter, no, Alexa off. Alexa off. Gotta get us kicked off the air. So come winter, we turn the heat on. It smelled like burning crayon in our classroom. Also, that school year when we had lunch in the classroom, somebody threw a taco out the window. We saw a taco. Come on,
was it Tuesday?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
and today's Tuesday. Look at that.
How about that? Maybe it was one of LeBron's cousins throwing out a taco because they didn't like Taco Tuesday. Who knows? All right, we're done. Show's over. Cavs coverage tomorrow or later today. Hopefully it's after a W. Eli, Chad, and Kyle will have you covered for that. I'll be on with Midnight Run. And then Thursday, Super Thursday on what's the date, Eli?
May 14th, Double A, that Thursday. That Super Thursday.
May 14th. I didn't even realize until they said something. I'm like, oh, crap, what is today's date? And I'm like, oh, no.
I was reading that. I'm like, hold on. Am I wrong? Is he at midnight time right now? You know, sometimes you do that. You do that.
Over 9 hours of consecutive hours of programming on Thursday, unfiltered, Voice of the Land, Commissioner's Couch, and then Eli and Omar, TK and Chad, they're going to reveal the NFL schedule. So you will learn when the Cleveland Browns, dressed in orange, will play football. Coming up. And then 2-hour edition of Midnight Run. And then the premiere of the new episode of the Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast. So we'll have all that for you coming up on Super Tuesday. We're back with you tomorrow. What time are we on tomorrow? Midnight. We're on at midnight. It's Midnight Run. I'm Double A. I'm signing off. Primary colors. What the hell is that? Good night, everybody.